What is up, guys? How's it going? My name's Aram Joseph. If you're new to the channel, I'm an entrepreneur. I live in Southern California. I own a recycling center, and my channel is based around business tips and tricks, my entrepreneurial journey, as well as my specific business of electronic recycling. How I recycle, how I separate the raw materials from the sellable goods, and all that good stuff. In this specific video, I'm gonna show you guys a package that I got, a return from eBay. It was a motherboard I sold. It was fully tested, but the customer said that when they swapped my CPU, which was like a Pentium, so it's a lower wattage CPU, with their higher wattage CPU, it did not function. So I'm gonna go ahead in the video show you guys what happens when I test it and see if it's actually true that the motherboard wasn't working or it's just a user error. Alright, here it is. Hopefully they packaged it okay. Let me grab a knife and then let's open it up. I want to cut myself. Alright. Dull knife. Look at that. It's already, not even the top has been covered, it's already been damaged a little bit. That's okay, it's plastic. At some point, I mean, I have to give some sort of room for user error, but this is ridiculous. I mean, if you can, I don't know if you can tell, look how much space there is. You know, all they did is just close it. It's pretty loose in there, so I'm really hoping that it didn't. Alright, I'm already seeing something. They cut literally the whole I/O. I don't know why in the world they did that. It's all bent. This is unbelievable. Alright, I'm gonna show you what I send these out in, like what condition, and then just to compare it next to this. So, just to show you, this is what I received in this condition. See, it's already bent. It's been cut up. Even the edge has been cut. All the sides have been cut. I don't know why. And this is what it's supposed to look like, with borders, and it's supposed to be, of course, in shape. Let me show you a side-by-side comparison. I believe this is it. Here we go. This would be an exact, this is a copy of this one, except of course, as you can see, in the shape it's supposed to be in. So this doesn't happen all the time with returns, but for some reason this specific customer decided to alter for whatever reason, or damage, or maybe he replaced it with his own. You know, sometimes I have come across situations where they have purchased a motherboard that is the copy of their own, but it's the working version. So once they get the working version in the mail, they swap it with their broken one, and then they go on eBay and they let people know that whoever they bought it from, that the item you sent me is broken. Of course, I do not endorse or condone any of you doing this. It is beyond messed up. It's happened to me so many times, you know, and it's just not right, the not right way to do business. You know, it's not a good way to do business. So I'll put that on the side. We'll continue unboxing this thing. I'm really hoping that he didn't swap motherboards on me. And oh god. So this is for those of you that don't know much about computers, this is the heat sink. This sits on top of the CPU with these plastic clamps, which I can see now that he already broke 2 of them, and for some reason it's loose. I don't even know if this is mine. I have to look at all the stuff, look at all the numbers. have not, no joke, I was doing this video not thinking that it was gonna be like a terrible situation. I was like, you know, let me just record it and let me show you guys a different aspect of selling electronics, used electronics, and specifically on eBay. But this is something I didn't anticipate. So the screw, as you can see, this screw right, I don't know if you can see it, this screw right here screws onto the desktop, like onto the desktop tower, and he left the screw from his tower on the board. And there is, oh my god, this is like really damaged. Wow. There is the compound that you use between the heatsink and the CPU to dissipate some of the heat is all over the board. I do not send it in the conditions like this at all. This is like ridiculous. And customers think that there's, I don't understand, maybe they think they're supposed to get like, as if we're like some big box store, they're gonna get 100% refund, they don't care what condition they send it back in. Okay. This is ridiculous. Alright. Okay. This is like a little bit laughable, I'm not gonna lie. I have never, ever, I don't even know where to start. Honestly, I don't know where to start. This is like, there's compound, I mean, like this heatsink compound. Even on the heatsink fan itself, like this is, I don't know if you can tell, the silver stuff is everywhere. This was all, okay, basically how I sent it, I'll go ahead in this video, I'll send pictures of the listing, just to give you a back and forth of what condition I sent it in and what condition, as you can see, I got it in. I literally unboxed it in front of you guys. So, I'm gonna try to, I'm gonna take some pictures first of all of this as is, and then I'm gonna clean my hands and see if I can test this. See if, actually first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run the numbers on the board and make sure this is my board. So, let me get that. Okay, so I went ahead and cross-referenced all of the serial numbers that were on the board. I'll go ahead and put a picture of the, like the way I sent the item, you know, originally to the right of the screen, so that way you can see the difference. Wow, he even got this compound on the RAM itself. That is hilarious. So here is one of the serial numbers, this one right here, and let's see, that gets in well enough. Here's the other one. See, it has that distinctive 2 out of the 3 dots have a marker filled in, like, area. I mean, my frustration comes in, see where the compound is even going at some points beyond the CPU. I'm really hoping right now when I lift this out that it didn't go under into the socket. Otherwise this board is useless. I'm not gonna spend hours to clean like a $40-50 board. It's a complete waste of my time. Especially since I go ahead and I send items that are working. I make sure that I'm very thorough, because I don't want to deal with situations like this, you know, because I understand when somebody buys a motherboard, they have to take, see it even compound here, I'm just not gonna look at it anymore. When somebody buys a motherboard, I know that they're spending time to screw this into their desktop tower, and then there's connection, there's the wiring and all this stuff that they do. So I'm really considerate with all the items that I ship out, all the items that I put up for sale. I just want to make sure that everything is on point. Even if there's a little scratch, I write that in the listing. But nonetheless, you know, this is just part of doing business. So let's see. Let me just clean this out. I want to go ahead and clean my gloves again from all this. Try to clean it from the top first. See, he even scratched the CPU on the top. I'm not sure if you can tell. See that borderline vertical scratch, and then we have several horizontal scratches. Probably he was trying to take off the compound. I don't know why. It's just no idea why. I mean, I understand he bought the board. I understand later on that he bought it so that he could put a more powerful CPU inside. It makes sense. This is a Pentium, you know, but still, it's okay. I'm just gonna go step by step. I don't wanna clean this twice, waste more time. Okay, so that's what the current situation is, right? It looks like he got it everywhere. I'm really hoping that he didn't get it. Please. Okay, let's just flip it like this. That way it's easier. Oh, man. Would you guys like to see the teeth on that? This board is trash. Literally, it's trash. These individual pins, I'm not sure. Let's see if I can get it closer so you can tell what's going on. You see on the bottom left, the bottom, like mid bottom, and then the right. See all those pins that have been twisted out of place because, and look at the bottom of the CPU. It has compound. So there you have it, guys. It's a return board which has been basically mangled up. Once again, if you look at the pins that touch the bottom of the CPU, you know, see all those points of contact on the CPU all coincide with the pins that are all right here, you know, and half of them go one direction, and then as you see the two splits, the two horizontal splits, the other ones go another direction. So probably what the customer did is they grabbed the CPU they were trying to replace, and instead of just placing it lightly on top, they went ahead and they just put it at, see right now I don't care because it's already, like, I'm not gonna sit here and spend time fixing a cheap board, but going like this, like they tried to put it back, and see how more pins now got messed up, right? If I just go like this, now there's that point. So they tried to like place it at an angle, place it down this way first. It's basically, it's a useless board. And look at all the compound that's on these little fuses, you know, or capacitors. This is just, it's ridiculous. And situations like this, let alone if you look over here, you know, you see the legs on this one, they're broken. They should have like this, these pins that go through the board at these four contact points. Same with this side. This one has been broken off. See these two? I mean, this is just ridiculous. It's a useless board. At this point, the only things I can salvage are the CMOS battery, the RAM, and the CPU, which already is little to no value. It's just like maybe $5-6 online, if that. The rest, I'm just gonna be selling the motherboard per pound, which at that rate is already, I mean, maybe $1 a pound, depending on where you're selling it, just so that it gets recycled properly. I'm not interested in just parting it out. It's not worth its value because the function is already gone. So that's this specific situation. And once again, in this video, I showed you guys a return for an item, a recycled item that I sold on eBay. I'll go ahead and show the pictures again, a little like a slideshow of the pictures I had on the listing of the condition I sent it in, and then the condition I received it in, which is what you're seeing now. I literally unboxed it in front of you guys. So I hope that interests you. You know, my loss is your gain. This is first-hand experience as to what happens when you sell items, electronic items. Specifically, this is what I'm accustomed to. In other industries have their own situations, but in the electronics industry, situations like this happen. People mishandle items, and then when they get returned, you're the one that has to eat the loss. So I have to figure out, I have to talk to the customer and let them know, hey, you know what, everything has been recorded from the moment I opened it up. The board has been mangled up, it cannot be repaired, and you know, I can only give you a partial refund, and the partial refund is going to be based off of the value of what value I can get from the battery, from the 8 gigs of RAM, from the CPU, and from the weight of the board. That's it. I mean, that's as fair as I can be, because I'm not in business to take a loss. So anyway, that's the specific situation. If you're new to the channel, if this is the first time you've watched one of my videos, I have a recycling business, and what I do is I end up repurposing whatever items can be repurposed and bring them back into the stream of commerce. And for items that are broken and are beyond the point of repair, I recycle them properly. I bring them down to their commodity value pieces. I recycle them with the state, and you know, I do my part to make sure that these electronics don't end up in landfills. So that's one part of my channel. The other part of my channel is my entrepreneurial journey, if I can say the word right. It's my entrepreneurial journey, and it shows the ins and outs of what I deal with, how I keep motivating myself every day, the tips and tricks I use to push forward every day, and it shows basically my journey to find success. You know, I'm really hoping that this type of information intrigues you and interests you. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.